From growing up in a small town having to draw for entertainment, to opting out of college against his parents' wishes, entering and losing multiple manga contests but never giving up, finding success with Dr. Slump and starting his own studio, building a small team that created big business with Dragon Ball. This is Akira Toriyama. Born April 5th, 1955, is a Japanese manga artist and character designer. He has a net worth of $55 million, and he's done it all without a college degree. Number 10. Early interests and influences. Akira Toriyama was born in Nagoya, Aichi, Japan, with an older sister. His father owned an auto repair business and enjoyed motorbike racing. Toriyama would inherit his father's passion for motorbikes and cars. He would spend much of his formative years in Kyushu, which was at the time a largely rural area. A trendy form of entertainment amongst his schoolmates was drawing anime and manga. Toriyama followed this trend and became deeply interested in the art of drawing. He was inspired by the drawings of Osamu Tezuka's Astro Boy and recalls being blown away by the drawing and animation in the 1961 Disney classic 101 Dalmatians. Hoping to one day be able to draw pictures that well, he continued to dedicate his spare time to improving his drawing abilities. Then he would enter one of his drawings in a local art contest, and his submission would win him a prize and further secure his interest in drawing. Number 9. Opting out of the college route. After Toriyama's primary school years, his interest in comics and cartoons dwindled for a bit. His attention shifted towards live-action movies like science fiction, westerns, and war films. For high school, Toriyama opted for a technical school in Nagoya to study design, focusing on publicity and marketing. He would later shift gears, enrolling in classes for cartoon drawing, allowing him to further focus on honing his drawing skills. Then, against the wishes of his parents, he decided not to continue his education after high school, choosing to jump into the workforce instead of going to college. Number 8. Entering the workforce. Toriyama landed his first job shortly after he made the decision not to attend college. The job was an in-house graphic designer at a small advertising firm where he would design posters. He enjoyed the design aspects of the job, but wasn't a fan of the monotony of the workday routine. After 2.5 years, he decided to resign from the company. In 1977, Toriyama was now looking for work when he came across an amateur contest in Jump magazine, which was sponsored by Shueisha, the largest manga publishing company in Japan. He entered the contest but didn't win. He would enter the contest again in 1978, but this work would be disqualified due to its Star Wars parody elements. Though he failed to win twice, Toriyama's work would catch the attention of Kazuhiko Torishima, an editor for Shueisha's weekly Shonen Jump, who would call him and encourage him not to give up and to try harder. Torishima's phone call was just what Toriyama needed. Number 7. From being in a slump to success with Dr. Slump. Within a few months after Torishima's encouraging phone call, Toriyama made his first published manga, Wonder Island. It was published in Weekly Shonen Jump magazine, issue 52, in 1978, but it failed to catch readers' attention. Throughout 1979, Toriyama offered several new manga projects that were shot down. This was a tough time for Toriyama that may have broken him out of the world of manga, if not but for the minor success of Tomato Girl Detective. Its minor success gave him a bit of hope right when he needed it most. The following year, in 1980, Akira Toriyama achieved his first great success with Dr. Slump. Dr. Slump was published from 1980 through 1984 in Weekly Shonen Jump. This manga earned Toriyama the Shogakukan Manga Award in 1981 and sold more than 35 million copies in Japan. It was even adapted into an anime series in 1981, which ran for 5 seasons, and a remake series that ran from 1997 through 1999, and even 11 movies that were based on the Doctor series. Number 6. Bird Studio and Dragon Boy. After his experiences with Dr. Slump, Toriyama decided to start his own working studio, so he founded Bird Studio in 1983. The name of the studio was a play on his own name, Tori, meaning bird. With his own studio carrying his name, his business sense began to kick in. Toriyama needed to increase productivity, so he hired an assistant to take some of the workload off of his plate. The assistant was mostly tasked with working on backgrounds. Now, with the pride and independence of having his own studio and an added team member, he produced 2 new manga. A suggestion by Kazuhiko Toriyama was leaning into creating a kung fu shonen manga. This influenced the creation of Dragon Boy as well as the Adventures of Tongpu. Both contained elements that would be, in essence, a prototype for his following manga series, Dragon Ball. Number 5. The success of Dragon Ball. When developing the concept for Dragon Ball, Toriyama pulled from the elements of his previous works as well as mixing in inspiration from Jackie Chan's movie Drunken Master. Dragon Ball was first published in 1984 in the Weekly Shonen Jump, and it immediately gained popularity. It became the anchor for what is now considered the golden age of Jump. Its success encouraged Akira Toriyama to continue working on the series from 1984 through 1995. During the 11-year period, he made 519 chapters collected into 42 volumes. Each volume consisted of about 200 pages, making the entire Dragon Ball series around a staggering 9,000 pages. The manga's popularity expanded outside of Japan into Europe and North America, and sold over 240 million copies worldwide. Want to hear more about entrepreneurs that have succeeded without a college degree? Subscribe to our channel, where our goal is to educate, encourage, and entertain zero-degree entrepreneurs just like you. Now back to the countdown. Number 4. Early video game artist. In 1986, video game designer and creator Yuji Horii approached Toriyama to lend his art and character design expertise for a game that he was designing. So while maintaining the Dragon Ball manga series, he decided to be part of the video game project. The game was Dragon Quest, also known as Dragon Warrior in North America, and it introduced computerized role-playing games to a mainstream Japanese market. The Dragon Quest series has spanned over 4 decades, and Toriyama's artwork continues to delight through it. He would also provide the artwork for great video games like Tobal No. 1 and Chrono Trigger. Number 3. Jumping off the pages and onto television screens. The success of the Dragon Ball manga quickly led to the creation of multiple animated television series, beginning with Dragon Ball, followed by Dragon Ball Z, both of which were based on Akira Toriyama's original manga. Then, Dragon Ball GT, a series created by TOEI Animation, but was not based on Toriyama's original material. Throughout the production of the 3 anime series, Toriyama would be present at production meetings and provide input on the progression of the series. The animated series would further solidify the amazing world of Dragon Ball into the minds and hearts of millions of people around the world, as well as spawn many animated movies and video games. Number 2. From designing anime to designing an electric car. Around 2004, Toriyama shifted gears for a bit as his passion for cars met his talent for design. Over the course of a year, he designed an electric car, the Q-Volt. It was a small one-person electric vehicle that was designed to look like an old American street rod, with some interesting design elements, like a unique top and a door that opens by pulling a cord. The Q-Volt was marketed by CQ Motors, had a top speed of 18 miles per hour and a range of 48 miles. Only 9 Q-Volts were to be produced and was priced at approximately $19,000. Toriyama had stated, quote, "Although the price may seem steep, I think it's a bargain." After you check out the last spot on our list, take a look in the description for 10 awesome Dragon Ball related items you may not know existed. Let us know. Were there any interesting things that we missed? Comment down below. Number 1. The Dragon Ball keeps on rolling. In 2015, Dragon Ball would see another installment in the series, Dragon Ball Super, when it was announced that Akira Toriyama was credited with the original story and character design concepts of the anime. In addition to his regular role as series creator, fans were ecstatic. A true sequel to Toriyama's beloved Dragon Ball series with Toriyama at the helm. The animated series would also be released and was truly enjoyed by fans as well, currently boasting an 8.3 score on IMDb. And multiple Dragon Ball movies followed over the next few years. It's safe to say we will be seeing Akira Toriyama's wonderful world of Dragon Ball in some form, whether manga, TV, movies, or video games, for many years to come. This has been 10 things you may not know about Akira Toriyama. If you would like to suggest a zero-degree entrepreneur for a future episode, or you yourself are a zero-degree entrepreneur and you would like to share your story, please go to zerodegreeentrepreneur.com.